Come on!
Let's welcome your host.
Oh my goodness, you are in for a treat. We have got the Delinquents Special European Championships 2025 in Sarajevo. John, did you enjoy it?
Well, hello to everybody, first of all. Yes, I did enjoy it. It was tiring. It was very tiring, in fact.
To keep all the screens going, it was like, poof. It was tough work.
But we covered every game. I can't sit here and lie to you all and say we watched every game, because some that were dead in the water we didn't. But we didn't miss the action. Where the action was, we were there.
I would say we watched every game. We didn't watch every game to the full.
Yeah. Oh, I watched every game.
We watched every game.
Every game.
But some of them were dead. But before we go on, since we've been offline for quite a while, because, preparing different stuff, we got some new people watching, new subscribers. Can you believe this, John? And you will. My daughter's gone to uni in Chester, so shout out for the Hammond in Chester. Sophie, Eloise, and Jess are now watching the Delinquent Show. Unbelievable. We're going to get out there, lad. We're going to get out there, and I don't even know why they're watching the show, because they don't have any interest in basketball. But watch out.
It's just comedy gold, isn't it? Let's be fair. It's comedy gold. We've got to say hello to our new subscribers in Holland. Thanks for subscribing. Also, Mario Farazman, Eric Barber. They were interacting with us quite a lot during the Europeans. And to all you secretive people, keep watching.
Keep watching. So,
watching.
Shout out for the Hammond. Let's go for it, you girls. And they're going to be the first to get the merch. The merch. It's going to be rolling around Chester. Oh, sorry. I'm not forgetting my son, Samuel, because he was really upset with you, Johnny, because, you left him out. And he's been a delinquent from the start. As you will see on his basketball games, his shirt is everywhere. That Delinquent shirt, which was meant to be mine.
You can see it now on the screen, because there's a photo of him at the what's that tournament he was at? The 3-on-3 in London.
Oh yeah, the 3-on-3 in London. That was Ball Out in London, where they got to the final. So nice.
That's what that photo's from. Yeah.
Beautiful. Right. Let's stop talking about all these new people that subscribe to us. Let's get into this damn Euros, man. What a championship. The end was a serious end for both the men's and the women's. It was beautiful. But let's start on day one. And
we'll do day one and day two, because there was only one game day one. But day one and day two, results.
It's not nice to interrupt when I'm doing my thing.
All right.
So shut up. Right. Let's start again. Day one. The host, Bosnia and Herzegovina, played Poland. Well, wasn't much of a game, was it really? But, I think the host done a great job of hosting the tournament.
They did, but, knowing that fixture was the opening game, there was only one person that was going to open the scoring on this tournament, and he did. Fifi.
Yeah, he had a great opening night, to be fair. A great opening night. The game fizzled out to a 67-89 win to Poland.
Yeah. Throughout the tournament that happened. But yeah, Poland won it easy. Then we cracked onto a full day of action.
Yeah, day two. We thought, right, here we go. This is day two. Hold on, I'm just making sure. We started with Spain-Austria. Spain just steamrolled Austria, to be fair. Weren't a great game. Ended up at 84 to Spain, 41 to Austria. But it showed Spain were there to mean business. All of their training that they've done, and it looks like they've done a great job, because that's a massive opening win. And you know what Spain are like in the opening games.
The only thing I'll say on it was what happened in that game, even though it was Austria, happened in the final.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll get to that later.
For sure.
But then there was a cracker. Game of the day. Arguably game of the day was the second game. Netherlands men against France. What a game that was. Obviously, Stevie Kane was absent due to ill health.
Wish you well, Mr. C. Wish you well, son.
Recovering.
They need you.
Yeah, they did need him. I mean, Cliff Fisher, who was in charge, he tried his best. And France won it. Let's not forget, France won the opening game.
It was a strange opening game, though, wasn't it? It was like to me, the French didn't look like they played their best team at times.
Yeah.
Because we had our man, the magician, who played well, but he kind of didn't play the same with Ramone. They never seemed to be playing on the court at the same time. They never could find a combination where they play with three bigs, which I didn't know. But Ramone, he's a great player.
He was a game changer in this. It was neck and neck until the Ramone lineup got on, and he just upped the tempo, and France pulled away. That lead that they developed, the Netherlands got it, but never got it back.
I think the Netherlands, they had to change the style of their playing, and they just don't. They're not a high-scoring team. They just don't score enough points. That's what I think. They just don't score enough points. Yeah.
Now, the next game, Poland against Germany. I've got to say, this was a clever. Don't forget, this was day 2, but it was Poland's second game, and Germany just looked like one oiled, slick machine. They were tip top. It got to a point where the Polish coach knew the game had gone, and he just rested Fifi and everybody. He was rotating the bench. Yeah. They knew there was no point slogging the dead horse.
Yeah, it's no point, is there? Like, the score ended up, what did it end up? 59 Poland, 95 Germany. Why flog your best player or your best two players? You just save him for another day, because that's what tournament basketball is all about. Saving for another day when it's later down the line, as you'll see. Good game. Germany slick like a world-oiled machine, which I thought they would be. It shows that they've been practicing. They were good. Yeah. And then we moved on to the first women's game of the day.
Yeah. Now, it was at this point we found out, or we noticed at this point, Mariska Bayer wasn't starting. She was hardly playing, to be honest. She'd been struggling and had surgery with something to do with, I think they said, thrombosis.
Yeah, she'd been struggling for the last 3 or 4 months, so I think she only got clearance to play about a week before the tournament.
Yeah, days before, they reckon, yeah. So that was why her minutes were restricted. So there was a lot of pressure on Bo Kramer's shoulders to take over everything. And she did.
She did. That finished, what can I say about France? France have just not improved.
Yeah, they've not.
In the last 8 to 10 years. But the turmoil, but there's got to be some great French players out there. If the men can find players like the magician, surely there's girls out there can play, because they're not competitive, France, at the moment. So, yeah, it wasn't even a game to watch. I think I turned off after about 5 or 6 minutes because it was dire. Yeah. And the Netherlands ended up 91-24 victory, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great advertisement. And then the day probably after that game, we went into Switzerland versus Italy, and it was interesting. We wanted to see Italy, what sort of style that they've got with the new coach of Van der Linden in charge. And hey ho, it showed their difference. They're a work in progress, and I think come the next World Championships next year, if they've made it, they're going to be a hell of a team to play. And
Italy?
Yeah.
Well, they've made it, haven't they? They made the semis.
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil the secret like you have.
All right.
Nice one. Great journalism. Dickhead.
But yeah, I know what you mean. They'll be even better come next year.
So they won easily to Switzerland's 89-35. Easy game. Next women's game, we thought could be a barn burner. GB versus Spain, because they've always had those battles, but my goodness, Spain were horrendous.
Well, let's be honest. GB weren't much better. The first half, it was atrocious. I don't care what anyone says. The score is irrelevant in a game like that. I mean, you take him to Spain's total of 18 points. That's including 3 threes.
18 points each. And, like, to be fair, GB only scored 47. Nah, you ain't going to win many tournaments scoring 47. You know the magic number is 60. That's the magic number in the women's game. So then
what I didn't like about that game, though, last 4 minutes of it, Maddie Martin finally gets a break and comes on. This is a young kid, part of the future of GB women. Why she couldn't have come on earlier? It was confusing watching GB. It didn't seem like they had lineups. Didn't know what lineup.
I don't think they do. But that's for another show, lad. That's for another show.
But what I did notice is what you can see on the screen right now. That is a photo of the game with 3 minutes to go. There hadn't been one comment in the comments box.
Oh, we'll talk about that later on, lad. We'll talk about that after we get
Not one comment.
After we get through the group stages. So then we thought, you know what? Whoa, massive match coming next. GB taking on Israel. A big grudge match after all of the shenanigans that went on in the Germany tournament. And to be fair, Israel gave it a good shot. You know, it ended up with a GB 80 to Israel 64. What was very unusual in that game, and I don't know if IWBF were covering their backs, is if you watch the start of the game, how they lined up.
Yeah, that's it.
They didn't line up on the court. They lined it up on the side, so there's no way of not looking at the flag. Now, I don't agree with that.
It was a shame because it wasn't just the lineup situation what stood out in this match. It was also the comments box. I didn't screenshot it because I don't believe in politics in sport.
For sure.
But there was people posting Palestine flags and all things like that. And following that game, for every other game of the European Championships, comments by IWBF were turned off for every Israel game.
Guys, keep politics out of sport.
Yeah.
There's no room for politics in sport. Just play the game. You know, yes, IWF, you turned it off. But why didn't you just put a warning? And if those people are putting up those flags, just block them so they can't do it. So they know not to do that. Anyway, the game ended up with a GB victory, 80 to 64. And we had the final day.
Hang on. You've got to say about that game at GB Israel. I never predicted Israel to be winning at the end of the first quarter.
No, we didn't. But, you know, I don't know. Did the occasion overcome Israel?
It overcame them down the road. I mean, the only thing that changed that game was the outcome of Oscar Knight's introduction. That Oscar Knight lineup pulled GB away.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game. He had a hell of a game, hell of a tournament.
Yeah.
So then we finished with who I was really interested to see, Turkey. And Turkey, I don't even know what to say about this game, but Turkey absolutely steamrolled Bosnia. 101 to 40. And Turkey came out with intent, serious intent in that game. They came out with serious intent. You could see it. Unbelievable game they played.
Yeah, the weird thing was in that game, I know it was only Bosnia, but Gundogan, or whatever his name is for Turkey, we highlighted him as player of the match, that game. But that was the only game he had. He never turned up in the others. It was other people that stood out.
Yeah, Effie top rack. Yeah. I think with Turkey, if they get a decent coach, they could go all the way.
Yeah.
I really agree, because I think the coach is what's holding them back. It's kind of a job I wouldn't mind taking, because they've got some exciting players, man. They play with real fire with them. So then we go day 3, and we open with France, Germany, women. God almighty.
That was an hard game, even with me porridge. That was an hard game.
It was like pulling teeth, that one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about it. I'm just lost for words with it. Germany just done what Germany did, and France
tried what they do.
Yeah, did what they did, and he ended up 17 to France, 89 to Germany. Not quite what we thought, but we knew that was going to happen, because we know France are really in the doldrums. But then, oh my goodness, we had. I don't even know if it's the game of the day. I'm not sure if it's the game of the day, but
it was the game of the day by far.
It was right there. Spain taking on Turkey, and it was a full-blooded match. It had everything. It had absolutely everything.
It was a pure war.
Yeah, for sure. You know, tell us about it, John. Tell us, because you really loved that game.
Well, straight off the bat, it was contact. There was, both teams play with Troy Sachs syndrome. If they're heated and they're fired up, elbows are sharpened. That's what kind of game it was. But it was the shooting of Turkey that let it up early on. I mean, they can score. They can score. The only thing I don't understand with Turkey, and it happened throughout the tournament, is it was like they limited effort took to minutes.
But he lit the place up.
Yeah.
It was like fireworks. It was like bonfire night with there. And honestly, I don't even know, to be fair, how Spain came out with the victory, because it could have gone either way. It could have gone anyone's.
Time out. Spain took the lead by 1, if I remember rightly. Time out, Turkey, 7 seconds left. What did Turkey do? They run a set play, get a layup from the guy mentioned in the first game, Gundian. He missed the layup. That was it. Done. They had a layup to win it. Yeah. You can't do better than that.
So Spain ended up with a 56-55 victory.
The weird one in that, though, the weirdest thing was Spain's free throws. They shot 21% from the free throw line, 5 of 24.
5 of 24 from the charity stripe.
Yeah.
And they still won. That's the funny thing about it. They nailed a 1-point win. But you could see Spain progressing, toughening up. The games are starting to get tough. Then we go to the men's group, which we thought this was going to be a good game. Israel and France. And France look tasty. They've gone 2 straight wins. France ended up winning this one 83-60. Israel, what's strange with Israel, because they're not the team that was in Germany, that we watched in Germany.
No.
They look a bit off it, to be fair, John.
They did. Yeah, they did. They didn't look that team that beat Germany in Cologne.
Yeah, they looked like a bit step off of it.
So the only thing I'd say about this one was the French player that was the best in Paris last year, underrated player, Christophe Carlier. He came out in this game. I think that was it then. I had a feeling France were going to be a force to reckon with down the road.
Yeah. But they ended up winning 83-60. And then we come on to a women's game. And the way Spain played the first game, we thought maybe they'll come out with a bit more fight in them.
It was over after quarter 1.
It was over after quarter 1. Spain totally dicked by the Netherlands, 44-75. Not a great thing. And the thing is, it's not really a great advertisement for the women's basketball at the moment. The games that we've had.
Yeah.
It's not a great advertisement at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Need to get a fix on that. And then we knew what sort of game this was. It's going to be Germany versus Bosnia. But wow, Germany just slick oil machine executed a 109-39 win.
Yeah.
You got that? 109-39.
Yeah, the one with that, though, what I liked, I had praise at this point for Haller, the coach. Because, all right, it was only Bosnia, but he brought in Julian Lammering, Max Lammering, all the juniors. And they just got scoring. Their scoring was so natural, so easy. They just Bosnia couldn't answer them.
Yeah, so easy win for Germany there. And then we moved on to the Netherlands, who were playing Switzerland. And, let's see if Netherlands can get some momentum. And it was an easy game for Netherlands. 78 to 38, Switzerland.
Yeah.
There is a gulf in the tournament, but it's good to have these teams in the tournament because they're going to get better as the years go down. But there is a gulf. Bosnia and Switzerland are probably, and Austria are probably, and Israel at the moment are probably out of their depth.
Probably, yeah. As I was going to say, add Israel into that, definitely. But it was obvious at this point, after we'd seen Netherlands twice, everything was going through Robin Poganovic. Everything.
Yeah, and I thought he played really well. He rebounded the ball really well. But his downfall is he just can't score heavily enough. Yeah. For the amount of touches he has on that ball, he's not a heavy scorer. But they ended up with a comfortable victory, won by about 40, 78-38. And then we go to, we get to see Poland again against Austria. And Austria gave it a little shot. It was a bit early in the game. But as the game wore on, you could see the class of Poland coming through. The absolute class of Poland coming through. And they ended up with Austria 47, Poland 85. So then we come to the big game of the day, and we all know it was a big game again. We'll see how far Italy have come against GB. Talk about that game, John. You really like that one.
Well, I did, but it was, I can't say this enough, it was a mirror image of the first game. GB, it was probably the only game GB got the best start with the starting lineup. GB men, they always use that starting 3-2s lineup throughout the tournament. To be honest, I felt sorry for Ben Fox. I just don't think whatever system was in place or anything, we was not getting the best out of Ben Fox. We did in one game, which we'll get to, but this was a game where Greg found his shooting touch. He didn't really shoot that much in the first game. This game, it was Greg and it was Abdi. Abdi lit it up. But it was the energy of Lee Fryer. Lee Fryer's energy was
tremendous.
Yeah, it was. He was absolutely pushing the tempo. And it was the tempo that the Italians couldn't live with.
Yeah, and GB ran out comfortable victory 67-53. And that was the end of day 3. Well, day 4 started.
Right on day 3. Just have a look at this picture. That picture you can see on the screen right now is the big game of the day that we spoke about earlier on. Spain v Turkey. That was halfway through the second quarter. Once again, the live chat was dead. 3 comments. It was dire. We were staying out of it. We wasn't getting involved in the live chat. We made a commitment. But that's how it was.
Well, day 4 started with an absolute bang. 8:30 in the morning, you're thinking, well, this is going to be a dire game, isn't it? Well, it sure woke us up, didn't it? Germany took on Turkey, and wow, what a game, John. Well, this is probably one of my favourites of the tournament, to be fair.
Yeah, it was. It was a game. I mean, the old fella for Turkey, Ferret, Gumares, whatever. He played when I was playing for GB
for sure.
in your era.
Yeah.
He was stroking it. And I mean, he finished the game shooting 9 of 11. Oh, no, he was even more than that. He was more than that. He was 9 of 11 in the first half. But if you'd have said to me, I would have 100%, I think I did actually in the predictor, which we'll get to later, but I'm sure I backed Germany to win this one. I never predicted overtime. Well, that's what we got.
It's not even that. Think about it. Turkey were leading 47-39 at the halfway.
Yeah.
Gumas had 20. He had a monster first half. And then the third quarter started and Turkey went on a 20-10 run. top rat, triples, kept Turkey alive, and they managed to draw the game to 72 apiece. We go to overtime. As Germany, obviously, they forced overtime with 7.4 seconds left.
Yeah, but that play with 7.4 seconds left by Germany, and that layup they got, that was clutch. It was clinical.
I know, but John,
Absolutely perfect.
Defensively, 7.4 to go. You can't be giving up a layup.
Yeah.
You can't be giving up a layup, for the love of God. You can't give up a layup, man, at 7.4. But they got it, and the overtime was just as vicious. Germany ended up winning it 88-82.
Yeah, I'd probably say they won it from the free throw line as well, to be honest, in that game. The mad one. This was a game of brains against brawn. It was the thinkers against the brawlers. Even though one of the brawlers, Effertuck, had a triple-double.
14, 16, enough. And 11 on a loss. Just wasn't enough for them. But, yeah, great. What a game to
it was.
That was
start the day off.
It was an unreal day, actually.
Yeah, so then we went on to Switzerland, Israel.
Well, we needed a cool down, didn't we, really, to be fair? Because that took a lot out of us. I was like, I need to go and have a sleep, because that one was a burner. And we got a cool down.
Yeah, we did in this one.
We got Switzerland 43, Israel 83. So
just let that sink in, though. Israel beat Switzerland by 40. Just remember that for later down the road. Yeah, they won by 40.
Crazy, isn't it? 40-point win. Then we go back to the women's, and another mismatch. Spain 62, France 24. Like, give me a break. Come on, man. You know. We need more competition. There's not even nothing to say about it, is it, really, to be fair?
Yeah.
Then we go to the next women's game, which we thought could be real close. Little did we know. GB 46, Germany 29. Now,
GB what?
46.
Exactly.
You're not going to win a gold medal scoring 46 points.
Well, you're not going to win a world medal, and I'm on about even a bronze, if you're scoring 46 in the group stages. If you think 46 at the women's level is enough, you're mistaken.
It's 60. We told you. We keep telling you. The magic number for a gold medal performance, a medal performance, is the magic number 60.
Yeah.
We're telling you it's 60. And as of yet, GB have played, 3 games? They just barely got to 50. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. The next game we thought would be close.
Yeah.
It would be France versus GB. We thought that would be a close one. It wasn't close, was it?
No.
This
was the game I was on about earlier. The one where Ben Fox showed his worth. 16 minutes, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Energy, controlled. Just couldn't be stopped by the French.
Yeah, I'm not sure that with the 3-2s it suits him.
No,
I don't think it suits him. To be fair,
to be honest, I think GB men have the same problem as the women. They don't know what lineups they've got.
Yeah,
I don't think they have a clue what lineups for what. I mean, the best lineup GB had throughout the tournament was Oscar Knight, Lee Fryer, and Kuzak. Now, out of them 3, I'd say Kuzak was probably the weakest.
Yeah, and
could you put Ben Fox instead of Kuzak in that lineup?
Maybe, but not for this show. So then we moved on. So GB ended up winning 96-63. We go to Poland versus Spain, which I was really interested in to see what shape Poland are, what shape is Spain in. Well, Spain were deadly.
Yeah.
Spain ain't messing around.
And they matched up well, because they both played 3 bigs, 2 lows.
Yeah, but Spain were a lot more clinical, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
And I think what they had coming off the bench was probably the telling point of it, because Poland don't really have a lot coming off the bench that can keep that scoring going. And it ended up Poland 54, Spain 79.
Yeah.
And then we come to this next game, the next game of the tournament. Netherlands versus Italy. Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody could buy a bucket.
At this point, we was also trying to work out who's going to miss out on the quarter-final stages in that group, if you remember. Would it be France? Would it be Israel? Would it be Netherlands?
But nobody could buy a bucket.
Yeah.
This is like really unusual to see a score of 41 to Netherlands and 51 to Italy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the scoring stats were, but I don't think they will be high. The scoring percentages definitely won't be high. We should have looked that up to see, but yeah, it was a dire game. But Italy ran out winners. And then the last game of the day, you're thinking, this could be a decent game. The two matched up. Bosnia taking on Austria.
Shock result. Bosnia get the first win at A division. You took them in the predictor, yeah.
Did I take them? Did I take them? It was a shock because I thought Austria should win that game, but they ended up winning 80 to 75. High scoring basketball game.
It was.
And Bosnia's first win in A division. Congratulations, Bosnia.
The win for Bosnia was highlighted in a photo, which you'll see on the screen now, taken by I.W.B.F. I thought that was the photo of the tournament. What it meant to that nation to get the first win at A division. Class.
Yeah.
Pure class.
It's class. It is pure class. So that was the end of day 4, with Bosnia finishing off with an unexpected win. We go to day 5. And day 5, when I look at day 5, it was a boring game until the end. But we'll go through them.
Yeah.
We had the first one, GB, Switzerland. Nothing really to mention there. GB were just class.
Yeah.
97 to 42.
Oscar Knight was good in that game. He shot 7 of 8.
Yeah, he's having a good tournament so far. And Switzerland are just being Switzerland. I think they were waiting for the 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th games before they can get underway. So that finished easy. Good Bosnia. The next game was Spain-Bosnia, because Bosnia pull off another upset and get a second win of the tournament.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Spain put them to the sword with a 99-39 win. Easily for Spain. Easy game for Spain. So then we go to, we think should have been the clash of the day.
Yeah.
Italy taking on Spain.
No, Italy-France.
Sorry. Italy-France. Italy-France.
Yeah, we thought that one could have gone either way. And to be honest, from what I remember, France just imploded.
Yeah, down the stretch.
They were showing frustration. I mean, there was frustration in the last game for France against GB.
But, yeah, for sure. But Italy were cool, ice cool down the stretch.
Yeah.
And they ended up with an 81-64 win. The next game was a women's game. I think I lasted a minute and a half, 2 minutes. France versus Great Britain. You know, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what you can say about this game. GB scored 77. So, yeah, it's official.
They got over the 60 mark.
They can get over the 60 mark. The first game, they've done it. And to be honest, it would have been a hell of a lot of different words coming out if they hadn't got 60 or more against this French team.
Who are dire.
Yeah, they were.
Dire. So then we go back to the men's. A local rivalry between Austria and Germany. But as we say, Germany just put them to the sword. Comfortable victory for Germany. Good rotations. Germany looking well. One of the favourites for the tournament after day 5. They're looking like that. So they finished up 83 to 47. And then we go to Austria 47, Germany 83.
Yeah, well, as you can see on your screens, that's a screenshot of the live chat during the Austria match. 3 comments, and one of them was saying the commentator got something wrong. But it was just dire. This is day 5, and the comments had been dead.
So let's go to just a group. Germany against the Netherlands. And in years gone by, this was a hell of a matchup. You didn't know
this
who
was
could
barn
win.
burner.
It was a barn burner, but this fizzled out to a Dutch easy victory. And if you look at the Dutch, they're just getting over that 60 mark, That's, with a quarter fit Mariska Bayer, and they're still getting over. And they were comfortable winners, 65-30. I think Germany are work in progress. They had, I can't remember her name. She looked like a decent player, the big girl.
Norba.
Yeah, she looked like a decent player.
Norbauer,
I think they just need to get some more units around them.
She's replaced Passawan, hasn't she? The Passawan girl that was missing from
Yeah,
Paris.
she's way better.
She's way better.
Way better. But then, man, to finish the day of day 5, this is the sort of basketball game that you want to finish day 5. Turkey take on Poland.
Yeah.
The game of the tournament so far, definitely.
Well, it was definitely the game of the tournament, but I felt sorry for Turkey. Because if you think about it, the scrape loss they had against Germany, then they had the 1-point thriller with Spain. And then they're in this. I mean, you couldn't script it. It was that good.
Oh, and the thing is, if Turkey lost the game, they're going to face GB. Now, the way Turkey are at it in the moment, I don't want to face them. They're the last team I can face them. If Poland lost, they're facing GB, and I think GB would have probably preferred Poland, but oh my goodness.
This was a battle for placing in the group. There's nothing else about it. This was about placing. And the one person that knew how important that placing was the man of the match, Fifi. Because when it got down the stretch, they were always leading Poland. But when it got down the stretch and Turkey made a run, he was the one who had the answer. If Effa took it a free, Fifi replied.
He ended up with 30. He ended up with 35 points, 11 rebounds, 15 assists. He was like a killer. And you know how he became like that? Because the coach done a great job, and it's forgotten what his name is. Is it Baraszkai? Marco Baraszkai, the player coach for the Polish?
Mark Bolowski.
Bolowski, that's it.
Yeah.
Great coach. He ran them early, so he didn't. When games were dead, he let FIFA.
He didn't flog him.
He didn't flog him, and this is the result. A victory for Turkey. Sorry, a victory for Poland, 79-74. What a game!
But even though we said that was a thriller, and probably the game of the tournament so far, we're never ever going to predict. If you see the score on your screen now for the next match, Israel, Netherlands, 53-58.
Unbelievable.
Netherlands. You would never think, looking at that score, that game had a double overtime.
It was an unbelievable game. We had 2 back-to-back games. You know what was weird about that? One of them the Poland-Turkey started at 6. The Israel-Netherlands started at 6:30. I had 2 channels going. You didn't know which one to watch because both of them were barn burners. Israel lost by 5 to Netherlands. That means Israel were out of the tournament. Their days were gone.
Yeah.
And the Netherlands secured their spot.
And the savage part in that one was the first overtime when Pogonish fouled the Israeli shooter Dagerman, and he went the line. They were down by 1, Israel, and Dagerman missed the first one and hit the second to put it in overtime. If he'd have hit both,
they would have been in the quarterfinals.
Yep, it was
that close, inches. So that was the end of day 5. And what end of day 5? I think that, to me, is only day 5 the best day so far.
It was definitely the best
Definitely the best day so far. And then we move into day 6. The last day of the qualifying groups. And then we started with the Netherlands taking on GB, which should have been 1 versus 2. Because that's how the seeding went, but it wasn't. It was 1 versus 4th.
Yeah.
And comfortable victory for GB? In the end?
In the end, yeah. I mean, I've said it. I think I said it after game 2 before. the game only changed when Oscar Knight come in. And at this point, I'm going to ask you as a coach. So you've got your starting lineup of 3-2s, Leif Manning and Ben Fox, right? And then you're having to bring the Lee Fryer, Kuzak, and Oscar Knight lineup on. So either pull leads back or take the lead. Because that's the position the starters have put us in. Would you as a coach change the starting lineup?
Oh, for sure.
Would you? Do you not? I agree. I
don't think that the 3-2s early in the tournament worked. They were struggling because they weren't making shorts. I don't think it worked in Cologne, but if you don't test things, you're not going to know. I think if Oscar Knight hadn't come on, I think they would have lost a couple of the games that they won because he turned the game. He just was hungry for it. So that's what I think anyway. But I wouldn't have kept with that twos. The way if I was looking at tape, I'll go, nah, we got to find another lineup to start better in games. If we don't, we're in trouble. But Netherlands easy victory, 52-71, and then we go to the women's game, and it was Germany versus Spain, and I was really surprised. Actually, it was an upset. I thought Spain would win.
Yeah, but it was that woman you were on about earlier.
Yeah.
No Bauer.
But to be fair, John, Spain have been horrendous the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to their practice. We saw practice tapes of them practicing where they're not getting, pressed or anything like that. Everybody's going to press Spain. The good teams are.
Well, here we go. I'll put the implant on now of the video session of Spain's training before. And as you'll see in this video, this is Spain dribbling up court, calling a play. Now, as you've seen that, when did Spain get the chance in this tournament to free roll up court and call the play?
Only against France.
They couldn't get against France.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, it was dire. Germany's surprise victory of 57-46.
Yeah.
Then we go to Turkey, who are flying high, even though they've had some real, heartbreaking losses.
Well, let's not get it wrong. Turkey had to win this just to make the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but they've been probably one of the best teams in the tournament.
Yeah.
But they've just not got. It's not the dice hasn't thrown their way, and Turkey convincingly just took care of Austria, winning 83-49. And then
Top Rack was shooting the lights out.
Yeah.
In that one, and all it meant was buckle up, folks, because
we got ourselves a quarterfinals.
GB are going to play Turkey in the quarterfinal.
Yeah. And then Italy taking on Israel. Israel already out of the tournament due to their loss to the Netherlands. Italy were just securing the spot in the quarterfinals, and they took care of that easily with an 83-49 win to Italy. So we're getting close to that quarterfinals. And then probably should have been the game of the day, but it was a bit of a damp swivel, to be fair. The Netherlands taking on Great Britain women's, 1 versus 2. And what did you think of the game?
I was impressed with GB's start. Robin Lovett, the 3-pointer and that. But then the wheels just come off. I mean, I don't know what it is with GB, whether they know the lineups, which I can't go into detail about for a certain reason, but I don't think GB understand the lineups. I don't think GB understand the defense.
It was a comfortable victory for the Netherlands, 63-42. So Netherlands goes spot number 1. GB.
Well, I'll just ask you this. I'll ask you this on that one. So at this point in the tournament, Mariska Bayer's averaging 3 minutes a game, 3 minutes 30, and there's one player who's doing everything. Bo Kramer. What would you do as a coach?
I'll be giving Mariska some time because this game didn't really mean
anything.
anything.
I mean, if you was GB. What would you do to stop Bo Kramer if you was GB coach?
I'd star her. She ain't
Exactly.
getting up and down the court, but we'll talk about that in another show. But I'd star her. She ain't getting up and down the court. And make them bring out Mariska. Make her have to play.
The only other woman I'd highlight in that game was Jitske Visser for Netherlands. You know, the guard.
Yeah.
She is vital for how the Dutch play well. She knows when to cut and curl. She knows when to sit in a Mark Cheney spot and take the shot. She just had an answer for everything GB offered.
She played a hell of a game. And then we go to, I don't even know what to say, Switzerland taking on France. And France, this was to secure their quarterfinal spot. And they took care of Switzerland pretty comfortably. Switzerland 25, France 80. Easy. It was over after the first quarter.
Yeah,
for sure.
4:27 the first quarter. It was done. The magician turned up in that one.
That's for sure. But then, the last game of the day, which was 1 versus 2, was Germany taking on Spain. Now, hard one to call. Did we have different teams in the predictor on this?
Yeah, we both got it wrong. We both said Germany on this one.
We both saw Germany, but Spain.
Yeah.
Spain.
They were both undefeated going into this.
Yeah.
This was for top spot of the group, weren't it?
Yeah. And to be fair, it could have gone either way. It could have been gone either way, but Spain I think they were ice cool from the line, which made a big difference to the game. The foul shooting was spot on this time, and it was just a great game to watch to the end of the day of the pool games, which was great.
Yeah, I'd say the only thing I noticed in that one was I think Haller was exactly like the GB setup. I don't think he knows his lineups. He's either got the lineup starting Guntner and Bomb, or he's got the other lineup with Holowski.
Yeah, but I think you've got to give him some preps. You know, it's his first tournament.
I know that.
As it goes along.
You've got the Lammering brothers who can mismatch shoot. They can post up.
Yeah.
They can shoot from outside. They're never going to look in that game.
I think
how to use them.
Going forward, he'll know what he needs to do to get that team together and get that team back on that medal rostrum at the World Championships.
The only thing is, in that game, the guy with the bald head, who's in the starting lineup for Spain, Eduardo Prieto. What a game he had. I mean, he hasn't got a nice shooting technique, but he shot 10 of 11 in the game.
21 points, 6 rebounds. Hell of a game.
90% shooting.
So, let's wrap it up here. Is Spain finished top of the group? What group were they in? I've got to go back to my paperwork.
A.
They were of Group A, and GB finished top of Group B. So, as things talk, it was scheduled for that. But let's see what happens.
That's because we're going to a break in a minute, aren't we? We have a break before we go into the quarterfinal stages. I just want to highlight this. We have a so-called world-leading governing body. Biggest load of bullshit. I don't care what anyone says. You can say what you like about them. Biggest load of bullshit. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. This was a come and watch event held by the German Federation for the fans in Wetzlar, Germany. Look how many people are in there enjoying that Germany v Spain game. It was unbelievable. They had it on multi-screens.
Packed!
Unbelievable.
But hold on. The world leading governing body, what did they do?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Anyway, before we finish part 1, because that's the group stages, there's something that me and John done, which was called Predictor.
Yeah, let's get it out there.
Have you got the scores on the doors, lad? Because we only done it up to the groups.
Yeah. So, Saint won the Predictor by 5 points. So he got 5 more right than me.
Does that mean I'm the GOAT?
Right, so we're going to an advert break now. And after the break...
Hold on. No, we're not.
Advert break.
No. I'm the GOAT. Say it.
You look like a what?
I'm the GOAT.
You
on the
look like
predictions.
All right, if you want to look like one, you can.
And you know what? If the results, some of the results at the end had gone the way it should have gone, I'd have smoked you, lad. You got smoked. Adios, amigo.
I'm blaming Turkey. They cocked me up, the dickheads.
World number one I am now. Yeah. World number uno. I don't even want to go to an ad break because this is so much fun. Look at his face. Poor little chubby Brown. Anyway, we got to go to a break. What a great thing to go to a break.
We don't have a sponsor at the minute.
No, we don't.
For all the shite coming out your mouth, I think you need some Imodium.
Preparation to win is much more important than the will to win. But if you combine the preparation to win and the will to win, I get chills thinking about it. You got a chance, man. You got a chance.
Yo! We're back in part two. Hey, Chubby Brown, have you recovered after being smashed by me in the predictor? I thought
you're still going on about that.
Oh yes, I've been going on in the advert. I've told the world that I am the number one. Oh, it does burn you, doesn't it? It's killing you, isn't it? It is absolutely killing you. It's absolutely killing you. But hey ho, what can you do when you're the greatest? What can you do? Anyway, let's move on before he has cries or something like that. Poor old Peter right there. Poor old Peter right.
I think my Wi-Fi's going to crash in a minute. But this, I ain't staying online.
Oh, don't worry, Peter. You're all right. You're fine. You're fine. You predict as good as your darts at the moment. Anyway, we go to the business part of the tournament, and it is the business part of the tournament. Women's semi-finals. And I don't even know what to say about the other part of the women's.
Well, we'll get to that. Let's just do the semi-final.
Quarterfinals day. So the first semi-final, women's semi-final.
No, we only had 2 games on this day, day 7. Women's semis. That was it.
Oh shit! Oh, fuck, messed up. Don't swear. We've got young viewers. So we only had 2 games: Spain versus Netherlands and GB versus Germany, and Spain got walloped by Netherlands.
They did, but they looked better. And for some reason, that was the Spain I was expecting because they put up a fight against Netherlands in Paris last year.
Yeah, they did.
13-22 after the first quarter. It's only a 9-point lead.
I know.
They're in the game.
Come on, John. But are they improving? Do you think they can challenge the top-ranked teams?
No, definitely not. No, the bottom feeders all day.
So, Netherlands easy, comfortable victory, 76-46. Bo Kramer, another monster game. She's had a monster tournament so far. And then we moved on to Great Britain versus Germany, which I thought could be close. But I think Germany lacking a bit in scoring power.
Yeah. And
GB come to victory. But, like I said, they're still not over the 60-point barrier. 53-37.
Yeah.
You've got to get over that 60. So, we now know our finalists.
Just break that down. We're saying over 60, and we said it in the live chat in the knockout stages. And some people were saying, well, they might get over 60 this time. They're not getting over 60. GB women don't get over 60 points. Now, let me break this down to you. That means they can't score 15 points a quarter.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that simple. You can't score 15 points a quarter.
Everybody, they're going on about 60. Look at the record books.
Yeah.
Look at the record books with women's basketball. If you score over 60, you're going to win most of your games.
Yeah.
You're going to win most of your games. You're in the dance for the gold medals. For too long, we've not been at that dance, scoring power-wise. We're just not at it. But we got the final that we all knew was going to happen, that everybody wants to see. The Netherlands will take on
But there was a talking point
Great
in this
Britain
one.
in
There
the
was a
final.
talking point in GB Germany. So it was Robin Love's best game of the tournament so far. Now, considering we've played Germany already, we played France, we played Spain, we played Netherlands. So it took Robin Love 2 games against Germany to get her best game of the tournament. And she had a good game, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Here's a fact. GB won the game with 5 DMPs. That's including Lucy Robinson, who's been having a decent tournament. Why are we not sub? We're winning by nearly 20 points, and people aren't getting on.
Don't know.
How are you going to build your experience in the young players?
Who knows, lad? Let's talk about it on our next show.
Hang on, I haven't finished.
I've finished with that.
All
Go
right.
on. Go on, then. Go on.
So then,
Carry
when we
on.
posted the daily report, we got a bit of feedback of Gary Davidson. As you can see, it'll pop up on your screen now. I've clipped 2 pieces of it. Gary said, "This is a phenomenal result for both teams. Ottawa 2026, tickets punched and history made." I don't know what history's been made, Gary, because...
They've done what they should do.
Yeah, they've qualified, which they've done before. They've won a semi-final, which they did 2 years ago. I don't know. He went on to say it was a colossal congratulations to the women of the Netherlands and Great Britain. They didn't just earn a spot in the European final. They officially stamped their passports to Ottawa. Well, that's what he just said in the first bit. Anyway, this is a massive achievement, an incredible recognition of world-class brilliance. It's particularly fantastic to see Scotland so powerful. I don't know what Scotland's got to do with it, but that's what he said. He then went on to say, further down in the message, "And we must also acknowledge Dylan's fantastic commentary, as it takes true passion to deliver such engaging, honest, courtside analysis, especially while clearly not feeling the best due to the lack of accessible hotel room and having a heavy cold. It shows dedication." Okay, Gary. And that was liked by Darren Warburton. "Spot on, mate, with everything you said." Well, Gary and Dazzler, let me tell you, what a crock of shit. I'm telling you now.
They done what they were meant to do.
GB women have just qualified for the final, qualified for the World Championships. Exactly what they did 2 years ago when they qualified for Paris and when they qualified and when they won a silver medal in Rotterdam, first of all. So there's no great achievement. They've done exactly the same. So they've not improved. They've not done anything. They've just stayed the same. And it's probably been helped by the fact that Germany have got worse, Spain have got worse, and France
are non-existent.
Diabolical.
And
right?
you got a 5-team tournament.
And when it comes to the commentating, if you think that's phenomenal, well, everyone's allowed their opinion. But as they say, anyone can win the lottery. You've just got to buy a ticket. Because, in my opinion, the commentary was diabolical. And it was pointed out by so many people. It's the same repetitive comments, game after game after game. So what we're doing is someone's just stole the ball or someone's just done an amazing fake. And instead of telling the people what a fake you're getting, and there's Lee Manning. He celebrated his birthday last week. He's 27. He's got 2 kids. He wears size 9 shoes. He's a left-hander. He doesn't watch porn, and he's a really nice guy. That's what it sounds like when you're listening to commentary.
I just turned it off. I just do it in silence, lad.
I've got them somewhere.
Now, this is definitely a talking point. Day 8, right? So just picture this in your head. Picture this in your head. Spain had just lost the semi-final. Germany had just lost the semi-final. Now you're thinking it's going to be gold medal game, Netherlands, Great Britain. Bronze medal game, Spain, Germany.
Yeah.
Then, without anybody knowing, they have come up with a 3rd to 5th place tournament.
Yeah.
Go figure that. Tell me about it, John. What do you think of it?
Well, I didn't know what to make of it. So, we wake up, and as you know, we put the links to all the live games in our feed on our YouTube channel. And I click on YouTube and I see this, as you can see on your screens right now. So the links go up on IWBF Europe and it says the outstanding games. This was on day 8 morning. The outstanding games were Spain v Germany, and then next to it, the women's final, Netherlands v Great Britain. So the links are already up for day 9, the women's finals. And I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. What the hell is Germany playing France for today? And then Spain is playing France.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the hell's going on.
So we decided to ask the commentary people, because obviously we was unlocked, we was allowed in the live chat. And the commentary came back and said these were the semi-finals for the bronze game.
What?
So if France would have beat Spain, France go to the semi-final. But they didn't. So Spain won and Spain went. So then it was Germany v France. And if France would have beat Germany,
they go to the bronze medal game playoff.
They would have gone to the bronze medal game.
What a load of nonsense that is.
Now,
how can
let
you
me tell you this. If one of them had happened, if France would have beat Spain or France would have beat Germany, do you honestly think them nations would have allowed France to play the bronze medal game?
It's a total joke. France were the worst team in the tournament. They were the worst team in the girls' group. Why are they getting 3 shots at getting the bronze medal and getting a repechage shot? So they messed up in the group stage, came 5th in the group. I'll tell you what we do. We give them another shot in the morning. Let's play Spain. They balls that up. I'll tell you what we do. We give them another shot.
Yep.
Against Germany. Guys, all you need to do is get more women's teams. That's the problem. We don't have enough women's teams in Europe. Where have they all gone? Somebody asked me that question. Put it on a postcard. Give us an email. Where are all these women's teams gone? We used to have Sweden, Turkey, Israel, I remember, had a women's team. Portugal. You know, where are they all gone? What's happened to the women's game in Europe?
Not a clue.
Anyway, we move on to the men's quarterfinals, which was what we've been waiting for. And the first one, Spain versus the Netherlands. Interesting game that was.
It was an interesting game.
It was a real interesting game. After we got all of that barn fart of the women's day 8, what a waste of time that was to get some real quality games. And Netherlands gave it a good shot. They gave it a good go, didn't they?
They had a game plan, and it was visible in the first quarter. And it should have been the same game plan for GB in the final. But I'll get to that later. The game plan for the Dutch was this: make Spain win it from outside. They didn't jump on Rubia, and because they weren't jumping him, he was missing. And when you're missing and they're not jumping you, it gets in your head for your next shot.
Your confidence goes.
Yeah, and the first quarter ended 16-15. Netherlands were right in it, and it was like a Jedi mind trick was working. Half-time, 27-26. It was just nip and tuck. It was the last quarter where the wheels come off. Spain did what they did.
Yeah, I didn't think Netherlands had the firepower to keep, and that energy they must have taken to defend like that. And Spain, eventually, that firepower was gonna turn, and it did.
The guy who won it for Spain, this quarter-final, Manu Lorenzo, whatever you call him, he scored 26 points shooting 8 of 11. And it was at this point, we both agreed, he so far was the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure, Lorenzo was, for sure.
Because Spain were never the same when he was off the court. He was the backbone of the Spanish team.
For sure.
But just remember that down the road.
So Spain's 63, Netherlands 55. Then, arguably, probably, another game of the tournament. Great Britain taking on Turkey. And we always knew this was going to be a world war. It was going to be a war. It was going to be a war of attritions. Who could hang it out longest? You know, Turkey with their shooting style. Can GB mix it up with them. Well, damn, did they both mix it up? It was a great game.
Yeah, it was. It was a great game. And the one thing that, well, there's not one, there's a few things that jump out from my memory of this. The first was the third quarter. Now, you can't see it on the stat sheet. When I.W.B.F. posts the stats, they put the stats up as an original stat sheet. So at the bottom of the stat sheet, you've got where it says points from turnovers, points in the paint, the perfect stat sheet. But then when the game's finished, they revert to this golden system where it just gives you the key figures of each individual player, and it eliminates points in the paint, points from turnovers, points from fast breaks. It doesn't show it. Now, in this game, it was points from points in the paint that was critical because we had to match them. Didn't matter about the outside shooting. We couldn't live with their outside shooting. So if it became an outside shooting game, it was going to be theirs. But in the third quarter, and I'm going to tell you this now, doesn't show it on the stat sheet, but I remember it. Effertuck played 2 minutes. He didn't play the first 8 minutes. I don't understand why he did that. He wasn't in foul trouble. He wasn't having a bad game. He's the key man. He didn't play for 8 minutes of the third quarter. So the third quarter ended with GB
up by 17. 17.
Yeah. No, 14.
Was it 14?
Yeah, 52-38. But then he comes in.
Effertuck. Wow.
And the wheels come off. And
I don't even think they come off, they fall off. The Effertuck was just electric in that. And they managed to bring it to 58 apiece.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. As you'll see on the screen now, he was asking about the live chat. There's a picture of the live chat. So at 58 all with a minute to go in the fourth quarter, I took the screenshot of the live chat. But let me tell you this. If you read the comments in the live chat, you'll see people were saying GB might lose this because of the noise of the Turkish fans. I swear to God, I was pissing me sides laughing. Yeah.
The Turkish fans are probably the greatest fans in world basketball.
Yeah.
Men, wheelchair, anything. If you've never played in front of them, John, which we have, you won't know. They are passionate about basketball. They're passionate about the team, and they made the atmosphere absolutely electric.
But what I don't understand is, at half time, GB are winning by 11.
Yeah, cruising.
In the third quarter, GB are winning by 14.
Well,
Turkish fans have been making all that noise throughout the game.
But they got to as much as GB got to as much as 17-point lead. But wow.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, all these fans were making the noise throughout the game, and nothing gets mentioned. And as soon as the game becomes 58-all, people are writing in saying, GB are going to lose this because of the crowd. I've never
heard anything so rubbish. But the Turks had a chance to finish the game off, didn't they, at the end?
Oh. Well, what an ending. What an ending. Are you going to break it down to them or me?
I don't even know what to say about that ending because it was a crazy ending. A crazy ending. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
58-all. Right? GB run this half-court offense, and the ball gets skipped, and it hangs perfectly for Greg Warburton, and his little Stevie Kane fixed a pump fake. He goes to shoot, but it's a pump fake, and as they all come out flying, he bobs under it, and who's slashing to the basket unaided? Oscar Knight, and the young kid puts it in. GB go up by 2. Unbelievable. It was perfect. So GB go up by 2. So then Effertuck, they have a timeout. They have a sideline play.
How much time on the clock? Was it 7.4? Something like that on the clock?
Something like that. Effertuck has a
prayer.
He's being marked by Karl Marsh. He's pinned between the 3-point line and the sideline. Nowhere to go. His chair's facing the wrong way. And he bursts one up. But there's a push from Karl Marsh, and the ref calls a foul. 3 shots to Turkey. Now, remember, GB are winning by 2, and their star player's got 3 free throws. Goes to the line. He makes 1 of 3. Timeout again, GB. In comes Bywater. GB run the play, inbound it to him, but Toprak, I think it was, tips it out of Terry's hands. It goes down his back and goes out of play. Pull straight away. We're in VAR mode. Like at the VAR, I want to see who it comes off. Well, everyone can see it.
Everybody could see it came
Come
off
off Terry. So Terry gets subbed back out. GB going defense. And they miss. Israel miss.
Turkey miss, yeah.
Turkey miss. So Terry, they fouled Terry. Terry comes back in and gets fouled. He goes to the free throw line.
Money Terry. That's all we're calling him.
Yeah. You know, this guy is at free throws.
For fun.
Yeah. He's probably GB's greatest free throw shooter of all time. Either him or Dan Johnson, anyway. Goes the line, misses both. Now.
Very unheard of, isn't it?
They break. There's 7 seconds left. The ball ends up in Toprak's hands just over the halfway line, and he hooks it. And it's going straight towards the basket, but it hasn't got the legs on it. And GB run out winners. Now, if you haven't seen that moment, just go and watch it again.
Or have you got a clip of it?
I have, but that's for something else.
Okay, yeah. We'll leave that there. And
just go and watch it. Just go and watch that clip 3 or 4 times of the hook shot and see if you spot what we see. There is something savage you need to see about that.
Sinister. Yeah. We will reveal it in our next show. But yeah, so GB run out 1-point winners. Yeah. Now, we get to the next quarterfinals. Big quarterfinals. Germany taking on France. Now, the way Germany have been playing, they're like a world oil machine. And France, I don't think they got any oil. I really don't think they got any oil. And it was a comfortable win for Germany.
Yeah.
A very, very comfortable win by Germany. They ended up winning 79-61. But check this implant out of the French coach, Cliff Fisher.
Listen to this.
He says. Listen to this madness.
But we realize that we can play with these folks here. There's nobody, maybe GB, a little bit better than us, but when we put the intensity, aggressive defense into the game, nobody's better than France.
So as you would have just heard, that was Cliff getting interviewed, the French coach getting interviewed by the French Association after losing the quarterfinal. So they've just lost to Germany. And according to Cliff, the only team that are better than France is GB.
I'll tell you what.
But you've just lost to Germany.
Cliff, stay off the Bosnian vodka, lad. For the love of God. Stay off the Bosnian vodka. Because you embarrass yourself there, but it gets even worse. Yeah. Anyway, Germany end up winning 79-61. Then we go to this next game. And did we think it was going to be a barn burner? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Italy taking on Poland. Oh, my goodness. What a game that was. It was. What'd you say about it, Jeb?
Well, Italy, Poland, it was a tough call, weren't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And the funny thing was, as much as you praise him and the guy is something else, Fifi, his turnover at the death was a killer.
Yeah.
It was an absolute killer.
Because I thought Italy were just hanging on. Yeah. Just hanging on to stay in the game. Not to win the game, hanging on to stay in the game. And Poland had control. But that turnover at the end was...
Well, the weird thing was, the shooter for Italy, Girardi, he hits that monster 3. We got 11.2 seconds left. So you think, right, hang on. You know who's going to tie this game up. We're going to overtime. It's Fifi. And he turned it over.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it. And Italy ran out winners 72-69. So of the quarterfinals, we had two classic quarterfinals. Well, no, to be fair, the only quarterfinal that wasn't really great was the Germany-France. The other ones were in the game all the time. So we got our semi-finalist, and it was Spain will take on Italy, and Great Britain will take on Germany. And that was the end of day 8. We move on to day 9, which was
Women's finals as well.
Women's finals day, and the men's the 9th, 12th game. Well, just remember what we said about Bosnia earlier. Bosnia took on Switzerland. And you're thinking, maybe Bosnia can get their second win of the tournament. They didn't.
Yeah. They didn't. No. This was for the 9th, 12th crossovers, weren't it?
Yeah.
But then the major upset was the next one.
Well, let me finish the scores, because the people don't know the scores, man. You're always jumping ahead, man.
All right, go on.
Cool yourself, lad. I know you're still worried about those predictions early on. But Bosnia 58, Switzerland 66. Now, you're right. The next game was a major upset. Absolute major upset.
Yeah.
It was Israel taking on Austria. On paper, Israel win this by 20 odd.
Yeah.
20,
Don't forget,
30 odd.
they beat Switzerland by 40.
Yeah. Did it happen?
No.
And to be fair, I loved it because usually the 9th and 12th place games are rubbish, aren't they, usually? But
yeah,
my good, did Austria come out to play. And the beauty about this one was it was a relegation dogfight. Whoever lost was going to be.
Yeah.
And Austria came out winners 62-61. Israel and Bosnia are relegated to B. Austria and Switzerland will be staying in A.
Israel is gone back to B. Can you believe that? After beating Switzerland by 40, they've gone back to B. I couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it. So then we go to the men's 5th to 8th place. Now, this is another, it's a tournament in the tournament. So we had 9th to 12th was a tournament to see who gets relegated. 5th to 8th was to see who gets the 5th spot and the 6th spot for the repechage.
Well, not
and
just
the
the
7th
repechage.
spot.
The 5th spot is the last automatic place to the Worlds.
And 6th, 7th was the repechage. So we go with the first game and Poland versus Netherlands. Now, the way Poland have been playing, you think, Poland are going to walk this.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, they're playing okay, not too bad. But it was a great game, another great game.
Yeah, it was.
Fifi, he's just a machine.
Yeah,
he's not human. He is not human. I think he needs to be tested to see that he's not bionic. Because he's carried the team the whole of the tournament, and he did it again.
Triple-double.
Yeah, Poland ended up with an 81-73 victory, and they go to the 5th and 6th place. Now, the next game was always going to be a hostile occasion. It was always going to be a war. Turkey, after that heartbreaking loss against GB in the quarterfinals, taking on the wounded French. And don't forget, you remember Mr. Fischer said that they were the second best team in the tournament. Yeah. Well, Turkey soon showed them. It was a real close up and down game. I think Turkey they weren't always in front where they were always playing a bit of catch up, but they just had too much for France. And so it finished Turkey 71, France 68. Now, for the 5th and 6th, for that automatic spot, Poland are taking on Turkey. The 6th spot, so now they're guaranteed at least a repechage spot. Yeah. So Poland would take on Turkey. Well, Netherlands will take on France for the last repechage spot. And remember,
they're going to Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah.
Someone is going home sad.
Yeah, someone's going home sad. We go to the men's semi-final, and to be fair, after the tournaments that we've had and those 2 games we've had, the semi-finals were a total letdown.
Yeah, they were.
Total letdown.
Yeah.
Italy.
They could have been so much better.
Well, Italy and Germany didn't show up. That's for sure.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Well, the first one, Spain v Italy. Van der Linden, you could see his frustration, and I felt it for him. They weren't doing what they'd done throughout. And the one thing I thought in this game was the matchups. It was 3 bigs and 2 lows, both teams. So it was going to come down simple to the inside scoring. And guess what? Spain absolutely walked
Spain
the
overpowered
inside
them.
scoring.
And Van der Linde is a legend of the game, and he's done some great things with women. And obviously, this is his first tournament with the Italian men, so they're going to get better. We know that they're going to get better. But they weren't at the races there, and Spain smashed them 84-50. Now we thought the second semi-final could be a fucking barn burner. GB versus Germany. Well, Germany didn't even show up. I think Germany was still in the hotel room.
I said it earlier about Haller and his lineups. I begged him to put the Lamarines in this just to make it a game.
I think
because they weren't scoring. They never showed up.
I think Johnny should have gone with size because they started with the 3-2s again. I think with size, they would have caused GB all sorts of problems. But GB regulation, they done what they had to do.
Yeah,
they won 73-49, so it was set up for a Great Britain versus Spain final and a third place playoff between Italy and Germany. I was surprised they didn't try to do a 3-5. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we finished the day with 2 more games. We had the women's third and fourth.
Bronze medal.
The bronze medal game. Spain comfortably winners. Well, kind of comfortable. I think it's the first time Spain has showed up. To be fair,
it's the first time he scored over 60.
Over 60, the magic number. What happened?
Yeah, they win the game.
They won the game. Spain are the bronze medalists, the European bronze medalists, and they go to the repechage.
Now remember this.
To see if they can qualify for the World Championships, and they won 66-55.
Yeah. Right. Are you ready? Here's the difference in that game. Isabel Lopez scored 22 points and had 11 rebounds. Isabel Lopez didn't show up in hardly any game.
Yeah.
The big stats from the game. Turnovers. Points from turnovers. Spain scored 14 points from turnovers. Germany 5. Points in the paint. We're talking about Spanish women here, not the Spanish men. Points in the paint. Spain outscored Germany 38-32. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, Spain ended up with a bronze medal and a ticket to the repechage, including Germany. Now, we go to the women's final, and wow, did we have a final? Was we expecting this?
No.
We thought the Netherlands probably would sweep past GB, but give GB some credit. They played a hell of a game. They came with I don't know if they came with a game plan. They just played. And the Dutch were struggling all the way through the game. They couldn't find their rhythm. They kind of shut down Bo Kramer a little bit. But
not for long.
And what did you think of the game, John?
Well, apart from, once again, highlighting what can you do to stop Bo Kramer, everything goes through her. If you scout a tournament thinking, what can you do to make them play different? There was one thing, GB tried it years ago with Patrick Anderson. 2-man star, press, take the arms away from Bo Kramer. Test the fitness level, see if she can carry the team, being pressed the whole game. They never did it. Now, Lucy Robinson ends up having the game of her life.
Oh, my goodness.
But was it? Because she'd already had good minutes and good point scoring earlier on. In fact, we was calling for her throughout Paris to get more minutes because of her scoring percentage.
To be fair, John, before you carry on, to be fair, Robinson, that was an MVP performance in the final, without doubt.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about the coaching on that.
We found something regarding GB women. And if you're all buckled down and you're all ready for some heartache, truth and facts, what you're going to see on your screen is not going to give you a clue about it because we're going to save it for the next show. But believe me, you don't want to miss the next show because what we're going to show you regarding GB women and GB men, but GB women's part of the next show is going to show you something, and you're all going to say, "Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, why did they not do that? Yeah, that's right. Why did they not do that?" And then next year's Worlds, I'll guarantee you see it. So tell us, we don't know what we're talking about, and these idiots, Manuel and Basil, who are in charge, know what they're doing. Because I'll guarantee after next time's show, you'll see something different with GB women. But it was made by us.
But I can't, go back to the final. Lucy Robinson was immense. It's probably, and I'm putting myself out there, it's probably one of the greatest Great Britain women's performance.
Yeah.
At that top level. And she gets subbed out.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Well, even the fans couldn't believe it. It was in the live chat. What is he doing?
He gets subbed out, and she gets subbed out, and Netherlands take the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have opportunities to win gold medals. They don't come around a lot. This was their opportunity to be European champions. This was their opportunity, and they blew it.
Well, there was 2:54 to go. The Dutch had just missed some free throws, and he took Robinson out. I just couldn't believe it. Just could not believe that.
And do you remember when we keep talking about this magic mark? The Dutch hit 66.
We mentioned it in the live chat as well.
Yeah.
And people were saying, well, they might get over 60. Guess what? They didn't.
59. GB comes second. Is it an improvement? Yes. Was it a wasted opportunity? Definitely. The Netherlands are the gold medal and the women's champions.
No, but you just said it wasn't. Was it an improvement? They finished second like they did 2 years ago.
Yeah, but they were closer. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they were closer.
Tobias playing 3 minutes.
Yeah, but they were closer. Let's give them some credit. They're closer.
All right.
I know you're still upset about the predictions early in the tournament that I won.
Of course it's that.
That I won.
That.
Yeah.
Like I'm dwelling on that.
Yeah, you're dwelling on it. You know what I mean? But we've got to give them some credit. But we also got to say, Manuel and Basil, watch the next show. That's for sure.
We'll help you do your job properly.
Yep. So that's the end of that was the end of day 9. Day 10. We're just going to go through it quickly because it's pretty disastrous, really. So Israel, after having a stinking tournament, managed to win 102-44. So Israel are 11th, Bosnia are 12th.
I've got a funny feeling Israel will win Division B.
Well, to be fair, John, if you're not in the top, like the top 7, you've got no tournament for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it may be a good thing to just go down to B, so at least you get some tournaments. I know a few years ago France did it. They just went right down, got a tournament in, and came back strong. So then we go with the 9th to 10th place. Austria 67, Switzerland 61. And can you remember? Switzerland got banged by Israel by 40 points.
I know.
And yet Switzerland are 10th, which has secured their place in Division A for another year. And Austria's are 9th.
And the guy that I played against.
Yep, me too. Bald-headed, tall, 2.5. Yeah,
when I was a kid, he played for
fantastic
Dragons.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
If he lived in any other country, he would have got medals.
Yeah.
Because he was
Nicholas
a great player.
Hausman.
Yeah, he was a great player. Strong as an ox.
Yeah, he was.
Good guy. Funny guy as well. I played with him when I was a kid, yeah. Happy retirement, lad. Don't come back. Don't come back, man. You've done what you needed to do. You kept them in the division. Have a happy retirement. Maybe coach. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I've said that, coach.
Well.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Heartbreak Ridge, the 7th and 8th. 7th, repechage. 8th, in the wilderness for 2 years. In the wilderness. See this? In the wilderness. You're like a bear in the wilderness.
Yep.
And what happened? And you remember, earlier on we said, our legendary coach, Cliff Fisher, said, we're the second best team at this tournament. Well, Cliff, you're 8th.
Yeah.
See you in 2 years.
Unfortunately, that interview after the quarterfinal stage was slightly out of source because, as it stands right now, besides GB, there is 7 other teams better than France. So you're not the next best team to GB.
7 other teams. The other 7 teams are going to, or have got a chance of going to the World Championships. We've got 5 that are going. 2 others. You're not there. You're in the wilderness for 2 years.
Yeah, sad in a way, because I would have liked to have seen the magician at the Worlds.
That's the sad thing. Ramone and the magician.
Yeah,
But they lost the game 60-50. But is it a selection? Did they miss Sofiane, the French? I think they did. I definitely think they did. With him in the team, maybe they get further. But anyway, France are out. Netherlands booked their ticket to the repechage. So we will be seeing Netherlands next year. Now, what a game for 5th and 6th. Honestly.
Well, break it down to them.
I'm not going to break it down. Just hold on.
This is 5th. Whoever wins this, Turkey, Poland, goes the Worlds automatically.
I'm not going to break it down.
The other ones go into repechage.
Has there been a tournament that any team that's been in more barn burners 1-point games than this team, Turkey?
No. Not Turkey. No, I've never known anyone to have so many close games. What was it? 6 by Germany, 1 by
Spain, lost by Spain. One by lost to GB, lost to Germany.
Yeah.
Gee. Could they finally pull it out of the bag? Well, was it the game of the day? It would have been the game of the day. But for the final, it would have been the game of the day. But I think it may be a joint. But you got to give the final the better one. Man, Poland came out the gates. Turkey matched them. Yeah. Matched them all the way. Top rack was top draw. Top draw.
From downtown, he was stringing it.
This was wheelchair basketball at its finest.
Yeah.
Shooting, defensive, everything. Tactical was everything.
Yeah.
I wanted Turkey to go straight through. You wanted Poland to go straight through because you think Poland may struggle in the repechage because it's another tournament. And you think Turkey would go through, but Turkey prevailed 82-81. Man, what a game. What a game.
Well, the ending. Think about this. What was it? The quarter-final. Fifi turned it over. What cost them the game. In this one, 15 seconds to go, he missed both free throws.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
You just couldn't script it.
Unbelievable. And I think Turkey knew they got out of jail. They definitely got out of jail. So it ended at Turkey 82, Poland 81. Turkey qualify for the World Championships next year. So, and Poland, congratulations, you're in the repechage.
Yeah.
So then, after that barn-burning game, we have the men's bronze medal game. Now, can Germany kind of come out and play like they should have played in the semi-final? And they did. They're pretty ruthless in the game. Italy, learning curve for them. I think they've achieved what they came for. They came for qualification for the World Championships. That's what Italy came for, and they've got that.
Yeah.
Germany end up winning 79-60. Germany take the bronze medal. Now, is it the game we've all been waiting for? Yeah, for sure. But Turkey have given us a lot in this tournament. You know, I think they are the team of the tournament because they were in the most barn burners. They're definitely the team of the tournament. Was we expecting Great Britain and Spain to go at it? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we were. In fact, we said in the live chat at the start of this game, even though the comms never interacted with us, we actually said, unless GB has done something...
I think Spain were going to win.
And don't... if GB don't match or better Spain's inside the paint scoring, GB won't win it.
Well, Spain came out like a racehorse.
The first quarter was pure class.
Woof. GB had no answer to Spain. No answer to Spain. No. I think it was only when they changed the team, bringing Oscar Knight in, that this game really got tasty, and it was fully tasty. But we did say, and I quote, we did say we thought Spain would win because of their inside game, and they pounded it inside. Lorenzo.
Well, they didn't just pound it inside. I mean, GB hit a 3, Ortega replied. Then we went back down the other end, missed. Spain go on attack. On Rubia hits a 3. I mean, back-to-back threes by Spain. First quarter, 17-29 to Spain. Unbelievable.
And I thought GB just hanging. They're just close enough. Do you know what I mean, John? Just close enough that they're still in the game.
Well,
but they came out in the second half. They came out the second half for sure. I think Spain kind of like
they held on. Fouls helped as well.
Yeah, I think Spain were clinging on at the end.
They were clinging on,
but they had that margin. That was enough.
Well, they had the margin, but also they had the answer, and the answer was their inside scoring.
Lorenzo was. He was top. And Ortega showed up from the outside. And Spain clinched their first gold medal, beating GB 69-72.
Don't forget, we had a 3-point shot by Karl Marsh to tie the game.
Yeah, but I don't think Karl had a great final. I think he had a great tournament all the way, but it was a great look. It was an absolute great look. I think I want Terry taking that shot. I'm not sure why he passed it up. An old Terry of years ago wouldn't have passed that up. But
no.
Because he's not played many minutes, I don't think he was confident in making that, and he thought he'd hand it to Karl. And was he close? Yeah, he was close, but didn't quite make it. Spain ran out as gold medalist, GB silver medalist. So we have our women's champions were Netherlands, and the men's was Spain.
Yeah.
Now, this is a talking point.
This is a talking point.
The All-Star team.
Yeah.
Read out the All-Stars, John. Read out the All-Stars. Or show the people the All-Stars.
Who are we doing first, the men or the women?
Women first. We'll go if you got the men up, we'll go men, but whichever one you want to do first.
No, it's fine. So there's the women's All-Stars. We had the lady from Spain, the 1-pointer, the French, can't remember the names, Joy Hazelden, the woman with the funny name from Netherlands, Wugemega, or whatever you say it, the forward, and Bo Kramer.
Yep. Who was the MVP?
So when I saw the All-Star team, the first thing I thought was, are they going to put the All-Star team out and then is the women's MVP going back up? But the women's MVP went to Spain's Zudari.
Not a chance.
Zudari.
What are these people think? Who are voting for these? Did you not see the stats? Bo Kramer, if you look at the stats like we do, is top of all the stats bar one.
Well, let's put the stats up. So you've got Bo Kramer, who leads the average points with 25.8 a game. Bo Kramer leads the 2-pointers made, 55 2-pointers made. She also leads the 2-pointers average of 9.2. Bo Kramer also leads the 3-pointers made at 0.8 a game. Bo Kramer leads 3-pointers made, 5 in the tournament. Bo Kramer.
Right, John. You don't need to go. What one did she not top the stats?
Probably fouls. I can't remember which one she didn't.
Now, come on, people. Let's get this.
So you're telling me.
Let's get this sorted out. This MVP voting.
Yeah.
You can't have an MVP who don't play in the final. And I don't care what anybody says. You cannot have an MVP who not playing in the final. And secondly, she wasn't MVP. She had a terrible tournament.
Well, let's put it this way. If Bo Kramer is not there with the Dutch, do they make the final?
No. Not this time, no.
So she's the MVP?
Not this time.
Because she's the most
They definitely want to, if they made the final, they wouldn't have won the gold medal.
Exactly.
Now, there had to be a spot for Lucy Robinson.
There had to be.
She had a hell of a tournament.
Yeah, she did.
Hell of a tournament.
In fact, Laurie Williams had a claim to fame.
Yeah, for
she
sure.
Had a good tournament.
I thought she was better. I thought she was better than Joy, to be fair.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Guys,
but
come on.
The MVP for the women's was totally wrong. Maybe if you want to spread the love between nations, puts Zadari in the All-Star team. But Bo Kramer is 100% the
Right.
world MVP, European MVP.
John.
What?
Adari didn't even deserve a spot in the All-Star 5.
Well, I know that. I know.
Come on, man.
I know.
She didn't deserve a spot in the All-Star. If you're watching these games like we watched it, she is nowhere near where she was a couple of years ago when she probably was an All-Star. This tournament, MVP, do me a favour. Come on, man. Let's get this shit sorted out properly. Let's go to the men's, man. That peed me off, man. God damn it.
Well, the men's, as you can see on the screen now, that's your men's All-Star team. And to be honest, I kind of agree with 4 of them. Top rack, totally agree. Oscar Knight made up for him.
Without shadow of a doubt, he's in there. 100%.
We were saying it after the semi. If he doesn't get in, it's just because it's his debut year.
No,
but he made it.
Definitely.
And I was made up for him. On Rubia for Spain, 100% agree. He was a game changer. And Dreimuller for Germany, definitely. Now, the 5th All-Star, the big guy there, number 22, that's Manu Lorenzo. We thought he would have got MVP.
Lorenzo's MVP, man.
He's just helped Spain win their first Europeans.
Exactly.
He helped them in the barn burner games that were nip and tuck by top scoring. But, as you can see on your screen, the MVP went to Fifi.
I think Fifi should have been in the All-Star 5. Don't get me wrong, because he had a hell of a tournament. He's not MVP. You can't get an MVP from 5th and 6th. Come on, man. Stop messing around with this. They have to be at least in the final.
Yeah.
Lorenzo, hands down. You know, Ortega had a shout at it, but Lorenzo carried Spain the whole tournament. And you think about Spain. Spain, new team. They didn't have their best team. That's what they say. They didn't have their best team. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be changing it for the Worlds.
Yeah. You can see on all the pictures that have just been going up, all the stat charts that Fifi topped. They mean nothing in this situation. I know Bo Kramer topped everything. But in this situation, Manuel Lorenzo helped Spain get gold. He was the game changer. He was the MVP of the gold medal game. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. But he played the full 40 minutes.
For sure. Guys, listen. I.W.B., this is at you. How you doing these MVPs and these All-Star 5, I don't know. But it needs changing.
Yeah.
Because you got it totally wrong. Yeah, definitely 100%. The MVPs for the women and the men, you got it totally wrong.
Yeah.
The All-Star 5 for the men was good. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Except for Lorenzo should have swapped with Fifi. The women, I just think you're putting people in for the sake of it. I can think about this in the women's. Have you got, right? And this is funny, John. Have you got somebody playing for France in the All-Star 5?
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Are they just spreading the love through the nations? Is it a charity?
They barely scored above 30 points in any game. Yeah, and you're putting one of their players in there.
Yeah.
That is like taking the Michael.
Well, they played 2 bonus games and still lost them. But one of the players gets an All-Star award.
All-Star. Anyway, John, we got a wrap. Because we've had a long show. But hey, listen.
Let me tell you.
Get ready.
There's a big show coming.
There is a big show coming.
It's going to have video plants.
And it's all about who?
GB men and GB women. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not for the faint-hearted. Darren Warburton, if you don't like the truth,
don't watch.
Stay away.
Don't watch.
Stay away,
don't
Darren
watch.
Warburton.
Don't watch. By that time, John, you would have got over the prediction thing that's haunting you at the moment. You're not being at the best of it.
Lost signal, mate.
He's lost signal. He's lost signal. We've had a great show. Absolutely fantastic show. We will see you with the Euros GB special. I'm out.